Seriously, I would rather punch myself in the balls than fucking play Crucible for fun.
Alright, I'll get the camera. Start recording.
Right.
Prove how much you hate Crucible then.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is, I believe, episode 5. We've already done 5 of these. Well, if we're going to do this one, which is more than I expected to be able to do. As you can notice, it's just me and Gree again. Mara is somewhere, and we haven't got a guest, so yeah. He's also on his laptop, and he definitely went there for the laptop and not because there's alcohol next to it.
Whiskey. Yeah, he's here because of the laptop, not the whiskey.
Because he's underage in America, so he's only there for the laptop. But anyway.
Yes, I'm only here to play my fucking Valorant. Watch my Pokemon stream. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Well, let's start off with, if you're watching this on Spotify, you can watch the video version of this podcast on the Gold Riley YouTube channel, and if you're watching the Gold Riley YouTube channel, you can watch this on Spotify in a couple of months or a month or so, because Spotify is always delayed in terms of uploads. So anyway, I believe we're going to start off with Green's holiday.
Yeah, that about sounds good.
Wait, your holiday just summed up with a
No, I mean, it was more or less me spending about 6 hours in the car just to go up and see a metal statue of an urban legend.
Which
and
was?
Then just driving Mothman.
There we go.
I believe I sent you a picture.
You did.
I don't
Out of
remember.
nowhere with no context. I was really confused. I thought you sent me an image from Fallout 76.
Admittedly, yeah, but no, that is the real statue in West Virginia, and I went down there. I went down there last week because and there was even a little gift shop there right next to it.
Yeah.
And I bought a model of the Fallout 76 Mothman statue, which is sitting behind me. I bought a shirt. And yeah, that's about it.
That's the only notable thing of that entire holiday. Is like you went 6 hours all to see a statue.
Yeah.
So you just that statue, you bought some stuff, and then went back another 6 hours back home.
Yep, you can pretty much sum it up as I drove 6 hours to buy a shirt, and then just drove back.
And take a picture of the statue and really confuse the hell out of me.
Yeah, that about sums up my whole trip.
Alright.
Not the most interesting story, but it's a story nonetheless.
Yeah. Okay, a little update I wanted to say on the recording area is if you're watching the video, we're now in a new area in the VR chat world, which will this be from now on, for the foreseeable future, be the recording studio for the Free Dibs podcast. And it might be used for other stuff because it's a decently sized map with cool things inside, so it might be used for other things in the future, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, Riley, you know the office that you see when you walk right in, the big one?
Mm-hmm.
That is my office. I claim it. Are we seriously about to get up from the recording just to go check out that fucking office?
If it's the big office that I've already claimed, then we're going to have issues. If it's this one here, then I've already claimed this one ages ago.
You motherfucker. I mean, all I really wanted out of this office was Saint's helmet, but...
I mean, follow me. I'll show you Mara's office.
Oh, wait, that's an office?
Yeah, and the reason why I chose this one is because it has a cookie. And then this side could definitely be Mara's. Just ignore the fact that you have a small desk. But yeah.
So wait. I'm sharing that office with Mara.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Well, I mean, it's like the free dibs are all like right next to each other.
Fair point. Does the door actually work? No, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't. This is the entire extent of the map. I
Ooh,
wish.
server room.
Yeah, no, we should. Wait, Green, follow me. This is the secret my secret office when I don't want to talk to people.
Fuck's sake.
Anyone who's not listening to audible wise, it's literally a back room in the male's toilet with a laptop and a chair.
Bro, you're using the box as a fucking desk.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the recording soon. Gather girls' bathroom, Green. That's weird.
Dude, I was waiting to see if it had a door to the back room
It
like
doesn't.
the guys runs.
It doesn't. It's male exclusive.
Damn.
With all these PS4 exclusives, there has to be male exclusives and female exclusives. Come on.
Oh, I found my desk.
For God's sake. I'm trying to see where this is. Oh, for God's sake. You've gone for another one I've claimed.
Fuck you.
You've gone for both the ones that I've claimed. Do you know what I jokingly said to like? Do you know what I said to Lycan though when I said like, do you know who I could be right in front of me? This is your desk here, Green. I jokingly said that to Lycan.
I'm gonna tear one of you fuckers' heads off.
Wait. Hang on. Bring it.
Gladly. We're about to see the We're about to see the fight between Halo and Skyrim.
Yeah. Okay. How do I get rid of this tab now? Oh God. There we go. Okay. Now let's actually go back to the recording studio.
Is that a 3D printer?
Yeah, it's a 3D printer. Okay, so now with that little room office tour, I suppose, if you watch the video. But yeah, now to the big topic I wanted to talk about this podcast was the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase, which I watched yesterday, and my reaction video is on my channel. So yeah, I've got a list of games on this whiteboard next to me that I want to go through methodically. More on some, more than less. Green hasn't really seen it that much, the showcase, so it'll be more me kind of elaborating and he kind of just listens. Which I can tell he's enjoying because he just smacked his head on his keyboard.
I just hear moral support at that point.
Yep. Okay, so we'll start off with Redfall. Now, I'm going to use my phone to have a look at the stuff that I want to have a look at, and if I can find them on the internet on my computer, I'll put them on the video in post-production.
So, as far as I'm concerned, Redfall is literally just an open world vampire hunter, right?
More or less from what I've seen. And it seems to have a very similar game style to Deathloop, if you've ever seen that. One thing I do like from what I saw in the trailer is that there's 4 classes, which seems to mean that it's up to 4 players multiplayer. So, but they all have like little things about them. So it seems like the main woman has like magical abilities for whatever reason. I'm sure they'll be explained when the game comes out. Then there's also a sharpshooter who I'm guessing he'll be all about the guns. And then
if you make a joke about me playing him, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
so again.
I said if you're gonna make a joke about me playing him, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Oh no, I was planning to go for him. So.
Yeah, fair point.
But then there was the engineer who was like a pet, like robot dog thing, and then there's obviously what he called himself? He called him cryptozoologist, I think he called himself, which he has like loads of electrical abilities that seems like freeze vampires. I think they showed him one part. And in the trailer, it seemed like a really beautiful like world where it seems a bit like pardon me, Fallout 76, but with like the style or like the art style of Prey. If you ever played Prey, it's made by the same people, so that's why it looks similar. I'm assuming in terms of combat, it'll be similar to that, like Prey, where it gets a bit more hard every so often. Though I did see in one part, which I can't seem to find on my phone here, but they did briefly show like a screen of weapons, and from memory, it had like different rarities, or at least it was it had different colors. I'm assuming it was either different rarities like blue, purple, yellow, or it'd be similar to Apex, where it's just colors for different type of weapon they are. I don't remember because I don't have the top of my head, but yeah. Actually, see if I'm gonna find that now on the trailer. You got anything to say why I search for that?
Honestly, I was expecting Redfall to be like a 6v6 PvP. Like, yeah, like where we had like the four main classes, but with more customization, and then put against another team of vampires, and they would be able to do
like
a lot of
Plants
customization.
vs Zombies Modern Warfare kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Right. I mean, it was kind of left up in the air because it was all we had before was a live action trailer, so there was no like gameplay or anything to actually show what we were looking at.
What was happening, what we were gonna get, that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of just story. Okay. I'm just waiting for the part of the trailer. There we go. So, oh yeah, this as well, which is like a skill tree. So you get skill points, obviously. And the one that I'm hovering over right now is short range herding. So I'm assuming it'll say what it does when you hover over it in the actual game, but it doesn't say here. And on the top here, there's loadout, skills, map, missions, and archive. And it looks like you can level up each individual character, which looks interesting. Again, I'll show this on post-production on the video if you want to see what that is. And he's in the process in this purchasing a upgrade, which is interesting. And then it also there briefly shows, which I believe is a rarity system for the weapons. It's like an MMO. But let me just get back to there because I missed it. I'm doing this on my phone, which is not the most ideal way of doing things. Yeah. Okay, so it does seem to be rarity because there's grey, green, purple, and blue. It could definitely be like if they're heavy caliber or something, but yeah. Oh, it just realized it says there on the top near back the cross-form backpack, which is rating, quality, level, and type. So yeah. And it seems like it's kind of a similar weapon system to Destiny, which has like a primary, secondary, and heavy. From what I can see here, or a bit more close to Borderlands, if I remember correctly, where it's just kind of just you can have just free weapons of any sort. So you can have like free snipers or free hand cannons or something.
No, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, and the ones that I can definitely see here is a sniper rifle, hand cannon. I believe that's an auto rifle. And then there's a flare gun, which it shows in the trailer that I'll put up here as well in post-production, that they burn alive instantly, the vampires. So that's pretty cool. Pretty powerful, I'm assuming. Because it one-shots vampires from what I've seen, or at least weakens them quite a lot. So yeah. Redfall is definitely within my top 3 of most interested games from that conference or showcase. I think it's called showcase, yeah. Sorry, just drinking because I'm talking a lot. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. That's my top 3. I would say it's my second in the 3. And I'll say, and as we go through, I'll say which one is my first in like the top 3 and then the third. But yeah, unless you have anything else to say, Green, any other questions that I could possibly answer from what I've seen, we'll move on.
Oh, yeah, let's just move on because, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, he has no questions. Let me just get pen.
Nope.
Okay, my headset won't get trapped. Hang on, just give me a minute. Just grabbing a pen so I can actually write on my board here. That, we've done that one. Okay, so next we have High on Life, which is an interesting one. I would definitely say is very much on the 4th place if it was top 5 and all that. Which is High on Life, and so I'm just searching up on my phone. Oh yeah, also another thing with Redfall, forgot to mention, it comes out early next year. So, spring.
Good to know.
Yeah, High on Life seemed to be an interesting concept, not just only because it has Rick and Morty, maybe the same Rick and Morty people, and also has the voice actor for Morty from what I believe that is. It sounds very similar. But I like how one of the main characters you talk to is the guns.
Dude, that whole game is just a fucking acid trip. I think I'm good.
I mean, I'm interested. I'm not sure if it's my type of game, but I'm interested. And the whole like thing here is humans are being used as drugs, which is interesting. And it definitely has, from what I've seen of Rick and Morty, which I haven't seen that much of it, but it definitely has that kind of style of Rick and Morty, which is not taking it too serious. But yeah, looks very nice. And you were gonna say something, Green, before I actually spoke?
All I can say is Rick and Morty's a questionable show. This game is a giant acid trip, and I might not play it. That's about it.
Well, it's going to be in the Game Pass. All these games that I'm talking about here are all going to be in the Game Pass, so as long as you have the Game Pass, you can try them out for free. So
yeah, do not expect me to install that acid trip, though, because...
Well, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I'm going to briefly talk on this, but because I find it just interesting in general, and like I said, it'll be definitely a 4th place in all the things I've seen, and it definitely has I think similar to my comedy, where it's just out of nowhere you have a knife, and I think he calls himself Mr. Stabby, and he just wants you to stab people, which is I don't know, I just found that funny. So yeah, I believe that unless you have any other questions apart from it being a trip, I think that's it.
No.
Oh, so this game comes out in October this year, so definitely can be played on Halloween. If you don't like scary games. Or if you just fear being high on drugs. One of the two. I swear I just got an ad with Pedro Pascal on. That's cool. Okay. Plague Tale. That is one which is there because it piqued my interest a little bit, but it's not up there, and I haven't played the first game, so I have to kind of play the first game before I get like a real opinion on it. You saying?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch that part of it because it just seems that boring.
Well, from what I saw, it seemed like a narrative game, a bit like God of War, a bit from what I've seen, but with like some stealth aspects and mechanics, like you have to hold a fire and it keeps away all the rats, a bit like in the Lego Indiana Jones game. I'm not sure if it was the movies, but in Lego Indiana Jones, you had to have like a torch to get all the snakes away, if you remember that. So something similar to that. But apart from that, I don't know too much about it other than it goes into like a forest area, has a desert area, so it looks like it travels a lot. But apart from that, I don't know too much, so I don't know what to say about it. And as I didn't really check when it comes out, so let me just quickly check when that comes out. So for people who are watching, so Plague Tale Requiem release date is next month. Actually, wait, what? Wait, was Plague Tale Requiem wasn't actually announced? Yes, wasn't announced yesterday. The review. Oh, so okay, it hasn't been announced yet, but it will be announced on the 23rd of June this year. Okay. That's okay. But it will be released within the next 12 months because that was all because they said all the things they showed, apart from like the one with Hideo Kojima. I probably mispronounced that. All of them had a date, apart from this one. But they said all of them will be within the next 12 months, which is a year. So, with that out of the way, and you've got nothing else to say about it, Green, I think we can swiftly move on from Plague Tale. You got anything to say apart from just staring into that laptop?
No. And I was checking to see, like in the top right of this laptop, there was an image, and I kind of just looked into it. I thought it was a Pepega for a minute.
Right. This one may
Motherfucker.
Yeah?
Motherfucker is a Pepega. This shit a fucking Pepega.
Nice.
Damn.
This one might be a bit more interesting to you, Green, because of your current skin in VR chat, which is Flight Simulator.
If you say Flight Simulator, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Flight Simulator, the Halo, like small Halo DLC where you can fly a Pelican. Again, this is not really much to talk about because it's just like a small DLC that's actually was released on the same day as this happened, so yesterday of this recording. It looks cool. It's a Pelican from Halo, so it's rather hit and miss depending on the audience. But I thought it was quite funny. So, and definitely,
I'll admit it piqued my interest. Fuck. I'll admit it piqued my interest, but I'm not at all interested in doing that shit.
And it definitely, from what I saw in some of the reactions, it definitely people who were really hyped for Starfield. It definitely tricked them for like a second. So that made me laugh. So it has that respect. Okay, Overwatch 2. Now this one I think I have a bit more to talk about, just opinion wise, and
Riley, I own like the first Overwatch.
yeah.
And honestly, I can say this new one is either gonna be a hit or miss. It can either blow your mind and impress you, or it can be like its predecessor and just be a dumpster fire.
Well, see, the predecessor wasn't a dumpster fire straight away. It was like a firework. It went up, exploded, and then slowly went back to the ground.
Yeah, and it just slowly dissipated and became nothing.
Yeah. So it definitely has the potential to be... If it can somehow capture...
The new one does have potential, because I remember a trailer where you could like customize, like mod your characters. Where, just as an example, you could give Reinhardt a better shield, and you can make his flame strike, his like long range attack, go into like I think a 3 burst. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I saw a trailer around that, and yes, it'll make it more interesting. But it's like I said, it's going to be a hit or miss with people, like returning players and new people.
Well, like I said, if it could somehow capture the essence of the first game, which lured everyone in the first place, while adding some new stuff in, like the PvE, the skills, the new skins, the new characters, and the new game modes for the PvP mode, I do feel like it could definitely be good, considering it's free to play. That's another big factor.
That's a bold move because the original Overwatch was $60 fucking. I think it still is.
And on top of that, what's it called? The loot boxes. So
Yeah,
if loot boxes are still a thing, it kind of softens the blow if it's free to play.
It kind of softens the blow on the free to play part.
Because
But
it's not good, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a lot more better than paying like £60 or dollars on a game and then realizing all the cool cosmetics you have to pay real money for.
yeah, so it's better to buy the free game and then spend the money on the cool cosmetics, even though it's Overwatch and most of them are ass.
Yeah, which is the reason why I like what Destiny did. Small deviant here is Destiny's free to play, but they get most of the money from Eververse and the DLCs, which is good because that means people can play the game for free or spend very little money in the game and get like some of the seasons and the dungeon, but they don't have to worry about having all things because also Eververse isn't exclusively you have to buy it. You can just get it with luck, fairly easily as well. So yeah. You were saying, Grin?
Yeah, never mind. But yeah, I'll admit I'm a little excited for when Overwatch 2 comes out.
See, my stance is I'm excited, but I'm skeptical. So
Yes, that's the best way to sum it up.
when I first play it, and I'll try and play on day one, if possible, I'll go into it with a smile.
Oh, Riley, trying to play on day one, your fucking computer will crash.
I know, that's what I'll try. But like I said, I'll try. I'll go with a smile, but be prepared for a fail. So, what to do? I feel like that's good for Overwatch. Oh, another thing I want to say with Overwatch, the graphics look like I didn't see much of it, but the graphics do look they're improved a lot. The graphics in Overwatch 1 were never bad, but it looks like it might be better with like the shading. And
significantly better in the new one. Because yes, you can update a game all you want and add in all kinds of filters, but it will never look as good as like a new version of a whole new game.
Yeah, that's the one issue with like a game like Overwatch when they're making a second game for it, because you have to make people who are going to play the game, they're playing the first game. Why should we go to the second game? Why should we invest our time going into the second game when we already have the first game? Yet they have to make
exactly. Yes, they have to make it worth your while. Otherwise, it's just going to burn and die again.
And also have to give it some more life in terms of longevity, because with Overwatch it had very good short life, but its longevity didn't really. It's fizzled and died.
Yeah, it's like your analogy of the firework. It shot up into the air, exploded, impressed everybody for a little bit, then it just slowly became nothing.
Yeah, only if that analogy could have worked for Fortnite.
Yeah, its embers still remain, and it's very.
No, Fortnite's just Mount Vesuvius. It's just still erupting. Okay, so with that, I believe that's Overwatch 2 overwrapped with, right? Unless you have anything else?
Mm-hmm. I don't have anything else.
Okay, so now we're moving on to one which I didn't react in the video, which I did react to it on my recording, but I didn't put it in the final video edit, which was Diablo 4. And the reason why I feel like I needed to mention this, because I know Diablo is a very popular game franchise, and
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I never played Diablo, so I mean I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't play it either. But I wanted to clarify, because I said this in the video, that it looks good. It's just not my type of game. The graphics look good, the character customization, they're implementing in like the story and the characters you can pick. That's all great, but it's just the top view aspect of the game I just don't get. On the way that
if I wanted to play something like that, I would have downloaded some other games. I wanted to have it.
You can.
Let's just
It's
let's just clarify. Yeah, let's just clarify and move on.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like in a way that I hate it. Like I said, the graphics are good. Nothing about it put me off.
Yes, by no means is that we're trying to insult the game. It's just that we don't have a real interest in it.
Yeah, it's just not our type of game we play, which is fine. But if I was into that game, I could say from put my shoes and say a person who does like that, I would be very excited. It's just not my type of game, and that's why I didn't show it. So with Diablo 4 out the way, we now have another DLC for Forza Horizon 5.
Oh yes, this fucking Hot Wheels one. Didn't they already do a Hot Wheels one?
Yes, in Forza Horizon 3. So
Jesus Christ.
that's my main issue with it. I liked the Hot Wheel cars, don't get me wrong, and I liked the fact that you can go all over the place in the tracks. It's just they've already done that. So if they're going to do it again, they need to do it in a way that impresses in a different way.
Yeah, it's like add a whole different set of cars. Otherwise, it's just them reusing the same shit. And it's not that
like different cars, more extreme racetracks. In some cases, don't even use the track. Just try and just make it. It's obviously could be similar in some ways because it's Hot Wheels. You can't do much of it. It's literally an orange track and cars, but just try and add a different flavor to the packet, like a different flavor of crisps, or in America that'd be chips. Though overall, with that little criticism aside, I feel like I'll enjoy it. it's a DLC at the end of the day.
Wasn't it the last time me and you played Forza Horizon? You claimed about it. You ranted about how it was too realistic and that it just kind of sucked in that way.
I will admit I was kind of bored at that point, so I was just kind of saying anything just to annoy you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I would say I'll buy. Like I'll give it a try. I don't expect it to be massively different, like I said, but like you can't go wrong with Hot Wheels. That Hot Wheels were a part of my childhood. So like a way they could, a little theorize here, if they can make it so like there's a scanner like in Skylanders, you could put your Hot Wheels onto it, and then you could have those cars in the game. Now that
I'll admit it's an interesting idea, but why?
I don't know. It gives you a worthwhile to actually buy the cars these days.
Fair point.
Plus, it worked out for Skylanders, didn't it? Until it didn't.
Yeah, fair point.
Like the amount of people like who just bought every single toy from Skylanders and those kind of games, they literally have hundreds of pounds or dollars worth of just these like statues. And I'm a victim of that because I had every single Skylander from the first game. It was like the Pokemon of the new digital age, until it wasn't. But yeah, though I still stand by it in terms of Skylanders. My favorite character is Flynn. That voice. If you know who I'm talking about, that voice.
Yes, I know who exactly you're talking about.
Anyway, we got a little sidetracked. We were talking about Forza Horizon, now we're talking about Skylanders.
Yes, it's because you get sidetracked, and I... Alright. Buckle up, Chuckle Fucks, we're gonna be here a while. Alright, what's the next one? Let's just move on.
So I would say Skylanders. I got Skylanders on my mind now. Forza Horizon. Oh yeah, I forgot to say Diablo. That's next year, I believe. And Overwatch 2. Oh yeah, it's October. I think I said that. And this Forza Horizon DLC, I believe, is next month. So I don't remember the exact date, but I remember it being July 2020. So 2022. So if you like Hot Wheels, not long to wait. Okay. So now the next one, the one is in my top 3 again. This is number 3 in that top 3, which is Ark 2. Ark Survival Evolved. See,
yeah, solid. I admit I like Ark Survival Evolved, but it's just it feels slow. I don't know why,
It
but it
depends what
just
map you play
feels.
on. If you play like fiber servers, or just like if you just want to build rampant and then have like PvP as well, like the game's great for that. It's just have to be in the mood. You have to be in like an Ark mood to play it. That's for me. It's like, what mood are you feeling? Ark. That's the feeling, yeah. Because it's just like it's an odd way to describe that feeling. It's like a chill but want to do stuff like kind of feeling.
Yeah. And,
Um,
and and honestly, I see it more as an open world adventure. Yeah. What? It's an open world adventure game, or is it just like a
it's an open
survival? I
world.
don't know.
It's a survival sandbox kind of game.
Yeah.
So it's
I,
a bit.
I just see it more as an action adventure because I mean, looking at all of the worlds like Ragnarok, that one is pretty cool.
That's fair enough. Yeah. Have you seen the Lost Island a map?
No.
There was literally, if you've ever seen Lost, there was that bowl called Wilson. There's an Easter egg for that in that map. Wilson.
Wilson! God, I hate. Dude, I saw memes.
Yeah.
But yes, Ark is a very interesting game, and I'm glad it's getting a sequel. But
Yeah.
it's kind of disappointing. We only got to see what, maybe 10, 15 seconds of a
That's
trailer.
That's why I wanted to mention. That's why it would have been higher up in my top 3. But the fact is, we got like 10 seconds, 15 seconds of like it wasn't even gameplay.
Like, yeah, it was just a fucking trailer, and that was about it.
It looked nice. It showed a bit more of the world. It showed Vin Diesel's character, Diego.
Wait a minute. If that character's got a name, is this a fucking TV show instead of a game?
It's a game. It's a game. But I won't be surprised if there's a TV show now with Diego in it. And it's all gonna be about dinos and family.
Jesus Christ.
And at the end, it's gonna be revealed that he has a prehistoric Dodge Charger.
Yeah, it's gonna be revealed he built a prehistoric Dodge Charger. This is gonna be chaotic.
But also another thing you mentioned was that was cool. It's a new game. I heard it's gonna be more like a story-based game, the second game, than this open world game. Because apparently, what I've heard is the first game is still gonna be going on. Like it's gonna add maps and still do updates for new dinos. But then the second game is gonna be more like a story-based game. That's what I've heard. And until we see like a gameplay trailer, that's all I know. So I'm just drinking water again. But yeah.
It'll be interesting to see that as much as sure.
My only issue with it is how little we know. Because
yes,
we know,
that's another big issue. How little we know. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not sure when it comes out. Let me just quickly check on my phone. I believe it said spring 2023. But
Fuck, he's texting me.
Release date. It says it's this year. Sometime. Apparently it's coming this year. Apparently.
Apparently, that's pretty cool.
I mean, I suppose that's something to look forward to. Let me just search that up on YouTube just to make sure that isn't a false hope. No, it said 2023. Yeah, so it's 2023. So that's next year. So our game, we have to learn something within the next 12 months. So hopefully in the next 6 months we'll find out it's this kind of game, or it's going to look like this, or it's going to have that map, or it's what Diego is involved in it.
Yes.
You look like you're going in yourself like a turtle.
Well, let's just move on.
Okay. So yeah, let me just wrap up on Ark, which is excited, but I want to know more. So. Okay. The next one on the list here is Scorn. Not to be mistaken with the Scorn from Destiny. Two different things.
For God's sake.
Hmm?
Well, for God's sake, I know people wouldn't probably associate them with Scorn.
Destiny spin-off. I wouldn't be surprised that that'll happen eventually.
What is Scorn?
A Scorn is, from what I've seen, it's like a bit similar to like a Doom, kind of like a level progression from what I've seen, and it's a very similar kind of art, like in terms of architecture. Though I don't know how many if that's all the similarities, or that's like it's gonna be like made by the same people. I don't know who made the original who the people who made Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. So we'll have to see more of that. But from what I saw, it seems like I said this to you earlier, and I said this I believe in the reaction, which it seems to be a bit more of a not gory, more gore, not in the sense of blood everywhere of chainsaws, but in terms of it's like raw body parts, and like like at the start of the trailer you'll rip out your umbilical cord or something else which is going into your belly button. Which it sounds weird on paper, and probably will be weird in playing the game. Again, I don't know too much about the game previously. Other than I did know a bit previously because I'm pretty sure that it was in the 2020 showcase. So I'm pretty sure I've seen it before, but it showed some gameplay, but it didn't show anything beyond like shooting things and getting attacked by things. So it's interesting to see, though I want to know a little bit more before I go, yeah, I'll play that. And for anyone who's wondering when that was released, that comes out in October this year. So a Halloween release, or before Halloween I'm assuming, so you can play it on Halloween if you want to. Okay. So we're moving on swiftly to a game called Flintlock. All one word. And from what I've seen, it's like an open world adventure kind of game with like the fantasy boss fights, and you have this kind of fox that works as a bit like a grappling hook teleportation device. And it just seemed really interesting, and it's hard to describe, but it had like skeletons of crossbows, and I would definitely say it's my fifth if I had to do like a top 5. Like it made me want to play the game without even knowing what the game was. I don't know what genre it is looking back to it, but I remember like watching the trailer yesterday, and I was enticed, to say the least. And I don't even know if I like the game when it comes out, but I'm playing it when it does come out to see if I do like it. So.
Noted.
Yeah. Is there any questions you have there, or?
No.
Nope. Okay. For the record, Green is very tired. That's why he's probably not talking that much.
And I'm contemplating something.
Oh, what are you contemplating?
Nah.
You're not going to talk about it? Okay. It's not for something to be talked about here, then.
I mean, I didn't really care. It's just, I don't really care if I talk about it on the recording. It's just...
You just don't want to talk about
it. I just feel like... I don't really know what I want to talk about. I don't really know what to say about it. That's the thing. I feel like it just... I don't know why, but I just have this extreme feeling of failure. I don't know why, but it just feels like I failed. Is that weird?
Well, it depends what this reaction is to.
Well, alright,
if
so
it's just out of the blue, then yeah, it's a bit odd. But if it's like to something, then sure.
No, it's toward a special person I know. Yeah, so this person texted me around an hour ago, telling me that they had just arrived in Florida for a holiday they were going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sent me an emoji of what they thought was a hotel, but was a hospital. So I got confused.
Oh.
And then yeah, and so I don't know if they're hurt or something, and I misunderstood, or they're off enjoying their day, and I.
I mean, have they?
The way I work.
Have they said that they meant hotel?
No, the last thing this person sent me was wait the emoji, and that was about it. And we haven't talked in an hour, and I just, and then that's when the real feeling of failure just kicked in.
I mean, So there was nothing to pre-base this as she has gone to the hospital, or they have gone to the hospital.
Yeah.
So it could be that she just misread it as hotel, and that's why there's a massive H on the top.
Yes.
I mean, you ever tried messaging saying, "Are you right?" or?
No, so the way I think of it is, I like to have, whenever I'm texting somebody, I like to have the last words, so that way they know I didn't leave them unread or ignored. That's how I operate. But if I don't do that and wait like an hour and then reply, I just feel like a complete asshole that's why I haven't said anything back, because then I'm just gonna feel like I failed even more and just been an asshole and ignored them for an hour.
I mean, if you're genuinely worried, something I would do is, I was doing something. I would personally say, if I didn't read it, I would either be truthful or just say, sorry, I was just caught up in something. Do you mean, and if she sent the hospital emoji, do you mean the hospital or do you mean hotel? That's something I would do. Though everyone's different, so deal with it how you feel is more comfortable to do with it. But
yeah, I'll think about how to deal with it.
That does something.
This is not at all. Right, this is not at all how I imagine my day going.
I don't think anyone plans their day like this.
True.
So I guess I'm gonna wake up and be mentally distraught. Well, that's definitely.
But enough about my sad ass. How about we get back to this?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Flintlock, which was coming out when? I was just so thinged that I forgot about the Flintlock.
So, what is Flintlock? Is it like a action adventure shooter? Is it like a?
It seems to be like a open world adventure kind of, like I said, with fantasy bosses. It's a fantasy game, but with the bosses being a bit. Most sort of being a bit like Dark Souls or any other game that you think there's a boss, traditional boss
like
fight.
Elden, kind of.
Sort of. I don't know if it's gonna be like that kind of style, but it shows there's in a circular disc room, and this person's dodging an ability while attacking people, so it could be like that, but I don't know. But you can double jump, you fight spiders, you have a pirate kind of gun. Though you also have an axe or sword. It's interesting, but like I said, I know very little about it because it's the first time I've ever seen about it, and this comes out early next year. So interesting.
Yes, it seems like it's going to be very interesting.
Okay, so now the interesting one, because I'm really confused by it, which is the Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Legends. From what I saw in the trailer, it looks like a mash, like basically you got Minecraft, traditional Minecraft, like Bedrock, Java, whatever. Put it in a blender, smashed it in there. Then you got all of like Minecraft dungeons. Put it in there, like just put the thing on, put it on max, and then just let it blend.
Honestly, it's just I watched the trailer for it, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. Like, it just seems like it's too confusing. Because I mean, did you see how you built in it? It was just like,
Yeah, it was a bit like Lego Worlds from what I saw, like Lego
yeah,
Worlds building.
it was like Lego Worlds. And then what the fuck is with all the what's with all the followers? Is it supposed to be like your army?
I'm assuming. That's why I'm confused. Like it seems to be a mash between the two games, but I think I want to like see a bit more like about it before I make a judgment about it, because I just know very little about it. I was just very confused. Like I thought it was like a Minecraft Dungeons 2 or something, or like a Minecraft 2 or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's Minecraft Legends, which is surprising they're doing another game around Minecraft, which is not really much of a game that you'd think of being having legends or dungeons or something like that. But hey, it's a thing, and that comes out.
It's just confusing.
I actually don't know when that game comes out. I don't think it had a release date, did it? Minecraft Legends. That's dungeons, but close enough. Legends. Okay, so it comes out next year.
Next year. Got
Okay,
it.
it says here. Okay, I found out what is Minecraft Legends. It says Minecraft Legends is an action strategy game set in the Blocky universe, developed by Blackbird Interactive, partnership with them. Yeah. So it's a strategy-based game.
Yeah, then I'm not playing, because if it's a strategy based, then I'm not very good.
Yeah, well, it seemed interesting. I might give it a try, but probably not.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that out of the way, we'll now go to the last two, which is... Well, I won't say the last one yet, because I think everyone knows what that one is. But we'll go to the one before, which is Lightyear Frontier, which was a small...
Oh, I saw that one, and I quite liked it.
Yeah, I liked it as well. They didn't go too much into... They hinted the story, but they didn't go too much into it. I liked how it's kind of like the best thing I could describe about it is satisfactory. The game.
Yeah, it's like dude. It's basically like a farming game, but in outer space.
Yeah, it's the best way to say it's like Satisfactory the game, but it's less about like having factories and more just farming.
Yes, it's kind of like that. It's like.
But I'm sure it'll be a bit more than that. I think they just showed very early footage because the game comes out next year.
Yeah, the game comes out next year, but it'll be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, and the fact that they hinted there's like I don't think it's gonna have a strong story, but it's hinted it has a story, like a secret at least.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just have a sip of my tea because I'm British.
Teacups and crumpets.
Sure. But yeah.
Grummage gets the cheese.
Also, most of the game you spent in mechs. That's interesting. I wonder how if you can
yeah, the
actually
mech.
customize
Yeah,
the mech to
yeah,
like
you can
whatever
actually
color you want.
customize the mech. Yeah.
I wonder if you can customize it to whatever color you want. So say you can have like a red arm, a blue foot, or if it's gonna be like specific shaders, and how much you can actually customize it. That's like gonna be like different rigs or different arms or whatever.
Yeah, there's gonna be different. Yeah, there's gonna be different legs, and there was one scene that had tank treads. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
And I'm assuming it's gonna be like if you want to go like long distances, like tank treads will be better. But if you want like to get more terrain coverage, like legs will probably be better or something. I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's how it's gonna work.
Speaking of that, yeah, I wonder if there's like spider legs. Why am I? Yeah, like spider legs. Like just so that way you could climb up like really steep surfaces.
Yeah, I was thinking they'll probably do something like that with a grappling hook. I'm assuming, but that game
That's good
has.
too.
It seems like a small game, but it has promise in my eyes. I feel like when it comes out, I will enjoy it.
Yes, it certainly has promise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst game I've seen by far, and it's definitely not on my. It's in my liked list. There we go. And your hand's having a fit.
Yeah, it's because I'm spinning it by the strap. I would wear the strap, but I kind of broke it.
It's like, hey guys, look at my like quadruple jointed hand.
Look at my dislocated wrist.
Okay, and now for the last one, which I think everyone expected what the last one was, is Starfield.
So what the
Starfield.
fuck is Starfield? Is it like Stardew Valley?
It's very much like if you think of Fallout, but in space. But it's much more of that. But just in terms of like the person, like in like terms of like POV, you can have third person point of view, first person. And it seems like the weapons and like the way you do things are very similar to that formula which Skyrim, Oblivion, the Fallout games have, which is kind of just the explore quests, collect weapons, houses. It does have a build settlement mode like Halo 4. Halo 4, did I say? Fallout 4 introduced. It seemed like it's improved on as well. But yeah, it's basically that, and it also has one of the best customizations from their games, from what I've seen. Like you can customize the way they walk, down to like how much they weigh. Like you can change like how much they weigh, how thin they are, how muscular they are, in a very realistic way. And it's just, whoo, and they like have different starts. Like one of the starting perks you can have, because you can have 3 starting perks, which is introvert. Which it means you're better when you don't have any companions, but if you have companions, you do a little less. Or you can have extrovert, which I'm assuming does the opposite of that. But if you have extrovert, you can't do introvert, and if you have introvert, you can't do extrovert. So depending on which ones you pick, you can't pick another one that counteracts it, which is smart.
You said there was 3 of them. What's the third one?
Oh no, you can pick up to 3. So there's loads, but you can pick up 3.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Then also there's this beginnings. I believe one of the ones they showed was a politician. So you can start like you have like a background as a politician. So it means you're better with your words, which is really cool in my opinion. Like you can have a politician or you're a raider. I don't know how far like deep it goes, but I'm excited. Then the next thing they show is that the first mission of what they kind of show the customization stuff after, but they show the first kind of when you get into the game and you go into Crete, which is not to be mistaken with Crate from Star Wars, where they kind of show around like the third person and the first person, and then kind of they show like the weapon wheel, so very similar to Fallout 4. Where they kind of has like the favorited, like you know the for each direction, like in Fallout. So they have something similar to that. When they went through, they showed I believe an SMG, a shotgun. I'm not sure they showed a hand cannon, but there was a hand cannon at the start. And I believe they also got a rifle halfway through. And that's how they got that rifle is with the hacking mechanic, which seems basic, but I'm assuming it changes or gets a lot harder. But they showed a novice look where it's basically just trying to match the point to where the holes are in the circle and basically open it that way. Though I'm not sure if there's a timer for that. I'm assuming there'll be a timer for it, and maybe that's how it gets harder. Maybe there's like more layers and less of a timer or something. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But yeah. And in terms of like the atmosphere, it gave you a very atmospheric. You're in space, or you're like an alien world that you don't understand. Something I do enjoy personally that they've improved from the other games is they actually show if you aim at someone, like if they're hostile, like it says what they are, and their health will be above their head. So, which is something similar I believe they did in Fallout 4. Instead of it being like just following their head in Fallout 4, it was just on the top of the screen. So it kind of, which is kind of better in the sense that you can see like, okay, that person there has half health. That person's really close to that. We can focus on him. And also it also says who they are, so it says pirate in there. But I'm assuming if there's a unique person, it will say their name above them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's particularly interesting to me. I noticed there's a jetpack as well. They used it briefly, but there was a jetpack. I'm not sure how much that jetpack is going to be like in terms of like it's going to be like lift, or is it just going to be a cross, or it's going to be both. Don't know. But yeah, very interesting. Then they show the customization, like I mentioned, and then they also show the level progression. So you level up, you get points, and then you can use those points to get upgrades, which then you can upgrade by just using the ability or whatever you got, or by challenges, which I think is good instead of just getting a mitch a crap ton of points just to upgrade something. Like Fallout 4. You have to be, if you wanted to get like enough points to get every single thing in there, I believe you have to be like level 5, maybe not 500. But it's a big number.
Yeah.
I'd say comfortably 200, like level 200, which is
maybe
a lot of hours.
50, maybe.
Either way, a lot of hours in the game. And then the thing that really blew me away, which was in the end, is how they showed that you can land on any planet. They start from a small planet, like, hey, there's this city here, which they showed earlier, but you don't have to go to that city. You can go anywhere on that planet. You can land anywhere. But hey, not just there. You can go anywhere in the solar system to these dusty, barren but rich in resources planets, or you can go to these more life-filled planets. But we can go one further than that. We can go to the entire galaxy and just look around, which is a slippery slope, because one of the things that makes the Elder Scrolls, for the sake of example, Skyrim and Fallout 4 special, is the fact that every area has like a story. Like you go, like, say, to this one place that's marked or unmarked, and you find this note that gives you an idea of what happened in that place, or you talk to someone. And I feel like that's one of the things that makes the games, like the Bethesda games, work. I feel like when Todd Howard,
yes, it always keeps you interlocked and interchanging, and it constantly has you doing something.
Yeah, like that's one of the things when Todd Howard, like I believe when Todd Howard, it just works. I feel that's one of the reasons why it just works, along with random encounters and all that. But if being hundreds of planets, or at least 100 planets, if we're being generous, that's still gonna be a lot of planets to fully render, get detail in, and then get places on them which people are gonna go, well, let's go to that planet. Why should we go to this planet? What's the point of this planet apart from it having really good resources? Like, you get the point? So it's a slippery slope. It depends how they do it, because I've got a feeling no matter how well they cover the entire solar system or galaxy, depending on what they go for, there's always going to be one or two planets where there's just nothing on them. I think that's pretty clear. which is a shame, which we have to accept because making something that big will take time, and they said it's slated to release. It's slated to release next year, early next year, spring. So it's just I'm just really excited for it, considering there's that much. Oh yeah, by the way, you can also make bases as far as I'm aware, on any planet. So you like an ice planet? Boom, put a base. You like a desert planet? Put a base there. You like a forest planet? Boom, you can put a base there. And then you can also hire people to look after that base for you. And then you can also make your own ships. And there's different companies that make different parts of the ship and all that. And you can also have crew, depending how big the ship is or small the ship is. You can have a big crew or a small crew for that ship. And then, of course, the reason why it's important to also have shields and fuel and all that, because as Todd said, yes, you can use them. And they show around you flying around space, and there's a bit of a space battle. And if they can pull this off within the same flavor as the games before, while giving something new, this might be my new favorite game after Skyrim.
Yes, it'll certainly be interesting to see. And considering you said it'd be out in early next year, they certainly have a good amount of... Yes, they certainly have a chunk of time to work on it, make sure every planet's worth visiting, or how many more planets they have.
Okay, they've got a chunk of time, but they haven't got enough time to do all of that. Because in the end of the day, that's less than a year away. So... sure, they're in the polishing stage, I would say, by now. They're just doing some extra dialogue they missed out. Just if there's a glitch, just patch that up. But, Bethesda needs a win in terms of, those kind of games, because after Fallout 76, they need a win.
Yes, because, admittedly, Fallout 76, when it first launched, everyone, I think, liked it. Then, after everyone found out there weren't really real, people, NPCs...
There was no endgame, really.
Yeah, it was just disappointing, and everyone stopped playing it.
It was like the original Destiny 2 launch, but worse.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just hoping that all things go well, and spring next year... we'll be having cries of joy and not cries of disappointment.
Yes.
Because if they can pull off this game, this will be one of the most ambitious, if not the most ambitious, console game that's ever been made. A poorly passed Cyberpunk, which even Cyberpunk, in comparison to a lot of games that's recently come out, is not that,
Yes, Cyberpunk has... Cyberpunk isn't picture perfect. It has its tendency to lag the shit out of your game or just straight up crash. But my copy of Cyberpunk hasn't done that yet, and I find it to be... Yeah, I find it to be beautiful. I love Cyberpunk. I love it. I know I told you this, Riley, but I played it so much. The day after I bought Cyberpunk, I played it so much. I beat every ending, and I actually got to 100% completion on my one of my corpo runs, because I was that fucking bored and I wanted to play Cyberpunk more.
Yeah, that's the one thing I will say. I will defend Cyberpunk to the grave. That yes, it can be glitchy. Yes, it has things, but anything think about family. Not all families work out correctly, but it doesn't change the fact that you love them.
That's a weird analogy, but okay.
Think about a dog. You could pick the best kind of dog in the world that has no issues and that could do everything for you. But no, you choose, say, a Chihuahua because you like Chihuahuas.
Yes, it might not be this sparkly new shiny thing, but it
may not be the new iPhone, but it works and it's beautiful for what it is.
Yes.
And in terms of Cyberpunk, while we're just here, this is not anything to do with the showcase, but I'm kind of just in limbo right now with Cyberpunk, where I'm kind of just waiting for there to be the DLC, because I know there's a DLC that's been rumoured about, but I haven't heard anything about it yet. And apparently there is a DLC, so what's happening? I'm just hoping if this DLC is going to be confirmed, it's going to be something that actually helps the game. Also, apparently they're also adding a transmog to the game, so that's cool. But yeah, I think that wraps up the showcase portion here, and I think that also wraps up the actual podcast. So if you liked this podcast, hit the like button, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and follow us on Spotify if you're listening it from there. And if you're watching, like I said earlier, if you're watching this on Spotify or listen to this on Spotify, you can watch it the actual video on YouTube. And then if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to listen to it on Discord, then you can. Anyway, goodbye. If you like this video, like it, bye, and bye. That was probably the worst outro in my life.